In the last few years, political attacks have gotten very low. The latest tactic from the left, the release of a person's private information like their phone number, address, released on the web. That is known as doxing.
Well, this was done to several senators, and Cory Gardner's wife even received a video on her cell phone containing graphic footage of a man being beheaded. How far will these political attacks go? Joining
us right now is the host of Fox Nation, Tomi Lahren. She's seen the left's attacks firsthand. And they're ugly, aren't they, Tomi?
They're ugly and they're getting worse. And I just have to say, for the record, I've been dox filed. I've had things sent to my home, both in Texas and now in California. I've had people confront me in public. So this is not just something that our senators and representatives are going through. It's really anyone who sits right of center, anyone who's a Trump supporter. We're all targets of this, and it extends beyond those at the whole public office. So, yeah, the average citizen, if you're on the right, should be concerned and in danger.
Tomi, what gets me too is it's inciting violence. I mean, what if it gets out of hand? Someone's going to get hurt. I'm worried about the dangers.
I've been worried about this actually for quite a while, not just for myself, but for others, especially young people. I worry about young people on college campuses, to be quite honest with you. We're seeing unrest around this country, and it's more than just protesting and signs. It's actually becoming physical, as we're going to talk about what's happening in Portland. I mean, it's getting so much worse for young people, for average citizens, and my fear is that it's only going to get worse as we get closer to midterms, as Republicans keep winning. We have great victories, and as much as we are excited about our victories, the left is more upset than ever about their losses, and they're going to take it out on us every chance they get.
Well, there was another clash in Portland. Antifa was there were protesting police shooting there, and once again, you know, you're wondering why aren't the police shutting these things down when violence ensues?
Well, of course, and beyond that, when we're talking about Antifa, you know, I've said this for quite a while. When I look at these members of Antifa, I would certainly hope that the Democratic Party would stand up and say that these are not truly Democrats. I don't even think they are truly Democrats. What I really think of Antifa is these are adult children who live in their mother's basement, who are upset and angry and want an excuse to go out in the streets and wreak havoc on the citizens. And you're seeing it happen right now across the country, but particularly as we're seeing in Portland, it's absolutely terrifying what they're doing to average citizens on the street. We don't even know if these people are Trump supporters, if they're conservatives. They're just average citizens, and they're being attacked in their own towns. It's absolutely outrageous.
Yeah, and one of those cars that we saw was somebody did $8,000 worth of damage to it, but, you know, they don't know who did it.
Yeah, I find that hard to believe that they don't know who did it. But as you can see, this is chaos. This is not something that we should be seeing in our streets in the United States of America. I mean, this is completely and totally unhinged. So as I said before, I hope that the Democratic Party and the collective left comes out and says these members of Antifa don't represent us. But I have yet to see that. And when we talk about folks like Maxine Waters, who called for this kind of behavior, maybe in a lesser context, but certainly called for things like this and harassment, I hope that they can come out and recognize the kind of influence that they're having on people, because this is getting beyond political differences. This is actually dangerous.
When I saw that video, I remember of you and your family at a restaurant, and did they throw ice on you? Is that right? They threw a drink on you. You see that video of the guy in front of his car. Someone's going to get hurt. When is all this going to end, or is it just going to get worse?
Well, it's going to start with people banging on cars or throwing water, as they did with me, and it's going to get progressively worse. I mean, we saw, of course, in Europe, the acid throwing. That's my biggest fear, to be honest with you, is that's going to become the new weapon, and it's going to be even more dangerous. It starts as fun and games in their minds. It starts as a joke and some mean girls throwing some things, and I think it's going to turn much more ugly, especially as we head into midterms. So as excited as we are about the Kavanaugh confirmation and all of the great things we have ahead, I think conservatives and Trump supporters, we really need to be vigilant and paying attention, because the left is getting nastier than ever.
Is it worth it for you? Do you ever think about stopping?
Oh, absolutely not, because we can't. Then they win. You can't let evil win. And I'm not just talking about evil because it's the left. I'm talking about evil people that would do this. So we have to keep our voices strong. We have to be vigilant. We have to take the necessary precautions. But the worst thing that we could do would be to stop and to be intimidated by people like that.
A peaceful protest? Fine. It's when it crosses the line. That's what scares all of us. Tomi Lahren, one of the hosts of Fox Nation. More information, go to foxnation.com. It's coming up very shortly. Tomi, thank you.
Tomi.